all the value you already own. Don't let solutions slip away. Wake up, customer platform. The tools are at your hand. No need to sleep on capabilities that can help your business stand. The answer's right before your eyes. You just need to realize. Wake up, customer platform, and watch your business rise. Wake up, wake up. The platform's waiting for you. Wake up, wake up. See what your system can do.
Good morning, HubSpot Nation. It is time to wake up, customer platform, with your unofficial HubSpot Updates morning show, where we help you discover the platform value you already own. I'm Chris Carolan, joined by my co-host, Casey Hawkins. We are here every weekday morning to make sure you're not sleeping on HubSpot's true capabilities. If you're joining live, drop a hello in the comments and let us know what you're building in HubSpot today. Happy July 7th, 2025. It's Monday, and we just took a week off, Casey.
We did take a week off. I thought the day would never come.
I know. So we've been waiting to look at this page so we can give some kind of reaction.
I'm very nervous.
All right, let's see what the team was up to.
11.
Only
okay.
11. Okay,
Okay.
so good to know. They did take some time off during the week of rest.
I can
and
handle
George
11.
and George is
Okay.
not with us. He is taking an additional. Well, he didn't take a week of rest last week. He's taking it this week on vacation. We hope he gets some much needed R&R, but we'll be carrying on without him this week.
We will be.
So we'll have to fill in with the color commentary. We'll have to find a way to do that while he's out, but he'll be back next Monday.
I think so. If you're watching live, feel free to write your George-based comments in the.
There you go. Yeah, help us fill in that gap. That'd be greatly
You can use
appreciated.
his clone and ask his clone what his clone's reaction is.
There you go. Oh man, that's probably happening tomorrow after he hears this. But we will dive in today. We've got mobile inbound calling is our first update on the list. What is it? Answer incoming calls to your HubSpot numbers directly from the mobile app. See who's calling with full contact preview, manage call recording, and automatically log everything to your CRM. When you miss a call, get instant push notifications with direct voicemail access. This delivers complete calling functionality across desktop and mobile.
Why does it matter? No more blind forwarding. Previously, forwarding calls to mobile meant losing contact details and HubSpot features. Now your mobile app works just like desktop, keeping all call context and capabilities where you work. Very nice.
I like it. This instant push notifications is easier than some like normal voicemail like programs work. So that is very cool to see. So
yeah, the screenshot's very large, but very cool. There's like a HubSpot link in the little call thing, as well as view record. I'm guessing. Well, here's another question. Is this, I guess it's iOS and Android. That was my question. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, and this has been happening for a while in terms of, I remember getting excited the first time I used the mobile app and seeing it connect, but it wasn't always clear when it decides to show me the HubSpot preview and when it doesn't. And it was really only this screen, which of course, before like all the logging got, significantly better, you can only do so much. So, but yeah, they want to give you all the leverage in the world right from your phone now. So this is a big part of that. Appreciate the progress, team.
Yes.
Enhanced board experience and board view for contacts and companies. This has been an ongoing story. What is it? This update brings you both the option to see your contact and company records in a board view and a redesigned board experience across all objects with a board view, including deals and tickets. Here's what you'll find. Board view for contacts and companies. See your records organized by lifecycle stages for a real-time actionable view. For faster scanning, enjoy a streamlined board and card design for quick prioritization. For personalized views, add up to 2 extra properties and reorder for your needs. Applies to each user. And quick actions, you can take immediate action directly from board cards without leaving the board. See a Loom for a walkthrough.
Why does this one matter? The new contact and company board views offer a visual pulse on your customer lifecycle journey, empowering you to proactively manage relationships, spot opportunities, make data-driven decisions. The enhanced experience will boost user productivity with a cleaner, more efficient, and personalized board view. Users can scan faster, prioritize better, and customize their own view with 2 extra properties. Admins can now edit card settings directly on the board, eliminating the need to navigate to a separate settings page and saving time. Have you used the board view for contacts or companies?
I've dabbled.
Okay.
I was super excited when I
Mhm,
first heard about this and
mhm,
shared that excitement with the CRM team because
mhm,
I think the concept of pipeline stages can apply to just about any
mhm.
CRM object. But to see people not like this, uh, reminds me of how attached we are to life cycle stages and how we report on them and how we force human beings
Mhm,
forward only. And we can't have any other like sales prospect human beings in the system, which might need different stages, like
mhm.
partners that we're working with, supply chain. Like, so this definitely aligns with um, my recently updated view of what CRM stands for, which last year I updated it to communication and relationship
Uh-huh.
management platform. Now I am at context and relationship management platform.
Okay. Okay.
This helps understand context of
It does.
contacts and companies in your system.
It does. But uh, as you mentioned, it does rely so much on how you're organizing your life cycle stages and can cause a little confusion there.
Yep. So
Yes.
my
Mhm.
guess is that this is a step towards multiple pipelines
That's
possible
what I
for
was thinking.
contacts and
I
companies,
don't know.
which I know like make people lose their minds at that concept.
My eyes started shifting because I thought of that, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't.
No, and that's really like as soon as you detach yourself from MQL, SQL, like that
Mhm.
whole bullshit system,
Mhm.
this makes a ton of sense, right? We literally have
Mhm.
partners, clients.
Mhm.
Some people are starting to manage supply chain communications because supply chain supports sales and like lead
Mhm.
times and understand. We
Mhm.
need all those contacts. We're getting billing contacts and
Mhm.
invoicing in here. Those people travel on different paths to build trust, with your company. And if you put them in like a SQL stage, that don't make no damn sense. And you can't just automatically throw a customer stage on them either because they've never met you before. They're just trying to pay the bills. So probably thought a little too much on this topic already, but I'm excited to see this progress. And if you're out there, confused by this in any way and wondering how to manage this this new world of pipelines everywhere, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I'd be happy to give you some tricks and tips.
Also worth noting, you can still just use the regular index page. If
Yeah.
you're upset about this, just use the other page. It still works.
Yeah, that's the part. Like you can see how it write to pipelines. I usually don't use board views like at all. Like
I
I
don't
just
either. I actually haven't really played with this much because I just am board views are just not my thing.
right. Which you can tell that's like I'm an admin. I'm not like
Mhm,
frontline person.
mhm.
Like just
Yeah,
give me the
yeah.
list. I usually want to do stuff in bulk and
Mhm,
right. But I
mhm,
get the power of the board view. It just has never, worked for the roles that I've been in.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's why I'm excited about the pipeline, stuff. But yeah, you don't even have to touch this if you want, but you need to be aware of what it means,
Mhm.
like and what it signals towards, which is what I'm getting at, right?
Yes.
Um, so that visibility can now like let you manage things, and then just imagine it like next to your journey mapping, diagramming that you're doing in the system. They should look very similar. And then when you start to do those diagrams, and you can tell when people are going back and forth in the journey, like the life cycle stages, and you should have pipelines that are kind of matching that, right? Instead of this, nothing drives me more crazy than the idea that we have to like force people through stages just so our reporting is good,
Mhm.
right? Like it's maybe the least commonsensical thing that marketing ops, sales ops, and RevOps is asked to do or takes it upon themselves to do. Number 3, apply company branding to invoices. That's right. People are doing invoices in HubSpot now. What is it? New invoices now automatically reflect your company's branding. The pay now and download buttons will now use your brand colors, something that wasn't customizable before.
Why does it matter? Invoices now match your company's colors, which helps reinforce your company's brand. That's why. I posted a couple of updates last week, just single update posts, and this was one of them. And this is like so small. I know it's like, but it is it was really annoying. I recently switched my invoicing from um uh I just manually made them. But now I've started making them in HubSpot, and this is one of the parts that was, like, kind of annoying, and there are a couple of my clients that I still make manual invoices for because there are just limitations within the invoicing tool. Um, so, that wasn't one specifically that was, like, keeping me from using it, but I'm also one person, and, like, there are plenty of bigger brands that, like, aren't gonna use the invoicing tool just because they can't make it look like their brand. So,
Yeah.
small but mighty.
This is one of those things. So it's been associated with the logo and some of the brand elements before,
Mhm,
but you couldn't use it. Like I remember
mhm,
giving feedback to the team last year. I was like, just let me use the brand like elements that's sitting like right next to it in the
mhm,
settings, right? But I think with all the updates to like the brand, like business units moving to brands and starting to create this connected infrastructure over to the commerce side,
mhm.
um, we'll continue to see some flexibility of management. But clearly, they had to spend a lot of time to get the money parts right for people,
Mhm.
so that we're just not sending pretty invoices that don't really get the job done either. Number 4, in development, campaigns, API improvements, scope enhancement, and property deprecation. Uh-oh. Forward-looking statement. This is in development, but scheduled for release in 2 days. What is it on July 9th? HubSpot will introduce 2 key updates to the campaign's public API. Enhanced scope requirements, introduction of granular permission control with the new marketing campaigns right scope group for modification operations, and property deprecation, complete removal of the deprecated HS_goal property from API responses. These updates include all modification endpoints for the campaign's API, including create, update, delete, and asset management, and any new API endpoints introduced in the future.
Why does it matter? These changes address an implementation misconfiguration in our current scope, handling and align our API permissions with security best practices by properly separating read and write operations. Furthermore, we're ensuring consistency between our API responses and campaign app functionality by depreciating the campaign goal property from API responses. There's a lot of jargon in this one that is.
Yes. And usually an announcement of a new write scope here gets a lot of people excited. I'm assuming that it hasn't existed before. And if that's the case, I know a lot of devs that will be very excited by additional scope. And if that's you, I'll come over and check out this update. Again, in development, but expected to release in a couple days on July 9th.
Here, that's our fault. We took the week off. It was announced on the 1st, so they give like 9 days.
No faults here. No faults. We're all doing our best to keep up. Number 5, sunsetting the create podcast feature in Content Agent. What is it? We are sunsetting the ability to automatically generate podcast episodes using Breeze Content Agent. However, you will still be able to create landing pages, case studies, and blog with the Content Agent after the sunset. You can continue to generate full podcasts using Content Remix as part of your Content Hub subscription.
Why does it matter? The Start with AI wizard to create podcast outlines and scripts will no longer be available. You can continue to use Content Remix to instantly repurpose existing content into engaging full-length podcast episodes. So there's kind of 2 places where you can currently create podcasts right now, the Remix tool and then Content Agent from the podcast page directly. And so now all of that's just moving to Remix, correct?
Yeah. And I think like this one was always awkward, like, because you're rarely starting from scratch when trying to
Yeah.
create a podcast episode. And this is really meant for like, starting from scratch.
Mhm.
And even when you see like blog case studies, landing pages, you're able to answer this stuff easier. Like stuff already exists when you're starting to use the agent for this.
Mhm.
So it just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, like including like creating an random images. Like when you create a podcast, it's like, no, usually podcast art is like very specific, has the name of the show, like it is not just whatever, you feel like that day. So there was a lot of elements that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Mhm.
And podcasts, like I said, generally you're working from a show idea, from a show theme.
Mhm.
And if if all you're going to use the agent, if the goal of the agent was just to like prep for the real thing, then that's not what the agent is, supposed to be doing. Like the agent is supposed to get you too close to publishable, right? So it makes sense to do that stuff over in Content Remix instead of, with this agent.
Are there people who have Content Agent who won't have Content Remix with the subscriptions, or are they covered in the same subscriptions?
That is a good point. I'd say no right now. But the world where agents get separated from hubs, like Customer Agent has been, I could definitely see that.
But anyone that's currently using this will have access to the Content Remix tool, so they'll be
Yes.
able to still use.
Yep.
That's
For sure. And I would imagine my prediction, based on no inside information at all, is that at least by the end of the year, but maybe by inbound, all of the agents, kind of follow suit with Customer Agent in terms of being able to access them throughout the portal, throughout the platform. Because outside of like prospecting agent, even there, I mean, what the agents are doing like can be applied throughout the life cycle, throughout the customer life cycle in most cases. So sitting them with specific hubs, doesn't usually make a whole lot of sense to me. So that'll also allow them to go credits based, like Customer Agent. Got another in development here. 60-day auto disable for unused URL redirects. This looks interesting. Another forward-looking statement here in development. What is it? Starting September 8th, 2025, right after inbound, URL redirects that haven't been used in 60 days will be automatically disabled. Disabled redirects will appear grayed out in your URL redirects table, but can be reactivated anytime.
Why does it matter? This change helps optimize your website performance and redirect management by automatically cleaning up unused redirects while improving your site speed. You maintain full control. You can re-enable any disabled redirects or turn off the auto-disabled settings entirely. You'll also gain better visibility into redirect usage to help you decide what to keep active. Okay, they lost me, but they brought me back with the turn off the auto disable setting entirely.
Tell me more.
Oh, well, it seems like you can turn this on or off is really all. I didn't love this when I read this, because I I set up redirects sometimes. I use them for like vanity URLs and stuff. Um, I make ebooks and stuff sometimes, and um, it, look, I don't. Sometimes people don't download my ebooks every day. So sometimes it might be a few months before someone uses that reader, that page again.
Yeah.
And so it, the idea of like that automatically getting turned off just because the link hasn't been used in a while just kind of stresses my control freakness, I think.
Yeah, Becca. She's not sounding so relaxed here. Good thing
Also,
she
I
looks
talked to
relaxed.
I talked to Becca later. This is a front, Becca.
No, I think I commend you for your intentional redirect management. I would imagine 98% of the redirects in the system are because people don't know that they're being created when they just change URLs willy-nilly. Some of them, a bunch get generated related to content staging. Like
Mhm.
there's just a bunch of junk like in the system.
Mhm.
And I could see in a lot of cases, like 99% of them go away. And then the 1% that hits like, oh, I got to manage redirects. Yeah,
Mhm.
let me do that. Because I would imagine site speed, like this is a huge drain, like on site
Mhm.
speed for a lot of businesses. And they don't even know, what's going on here. So these are the kinds of things like AI, like I enjoy seeing it happen because AI is involved here for them to like have enough information to know that the things haven't been used in 60 days and
Mhm.
they've done an analysis to say like, okay, it actually is 98% of redirects are garbage, I would
Mhm.
imagine is part of this, change. So
I
just
l I like you'll get a better visibility into redirect usage. I like that a lot,
yep,
um, for a lot of reasons, to be honest, some of which is selfish in that, like, I know I used this redirect on this white paper or this vanity URL on this white paper, so I get to, like, see very clearly how much traffic that white paper was driving, for example. Um, but on less selfishly, I agree, like, it would be nice if I could go through and be like, "Okay, here are all the redirects that haven't been used in the last 60 days, sure, and these are the ones that we intentionally built that, like, just aren't getting traffic, and we still want them to be on, and these are the ones that we don't."
yep. I think for the intentional redirect
Mhm.
managers, this will not be uh, it'll be a good impact in the other direction, which is what you described. So
Yes.
win-win.
I'm sold on it now. I was scared at first, but
There we go.
I'm fine.
Never a doubt. Uh, In-person meeting note taker. I've seen lots of posts on this one. Uh, for iOS only right now. What is it? The
Mhm.
in-person AI meeting note taker brings the power of HubSpot AI to face-to-face sales conversations. Mobile reps can now capture real-time voice transcriptions through the HubSpot mobile app to automatically generate post-meeting summaries and email them to all participants. To alleviate privacy concerns, meeting captures are automatically deleted once summarization is complete. No more manual admin after an in-person meeting.
Why does it matter? For field reps, in-person meetings are the norm, and while these interactions are critical for building pipeline and closing deals, they often lack the digital paper trail that online meetings provide. Reps struggle with capturing notes, managing follow-up tasks, especially when meetings are informal or spontaneous. This feature bridges that gap, enabling reps to focus on the conversation while HubSpot AI handles the heavy admin lifting post-meeting.
And it's getting better and better at handling that heavy admin lifting. Let me
I'm
tell
a
you.
heavy user of AI meeting note takers virtually. I don't do a lot of in-person meetings, so I can't imagine I'm going to be using this too much myself. But um,
It's brutal.
if I,
I've
I
I've I've worked it back in because I have a local client,
mhm,
and like as nice as it is to be in person, like I haven't set up the infrastructure to record
mhm,
properly,
mhm,
and it's just uh yeah, it's a weakness still.
yeah,
So that has been one of the advantages of recording
mhm,
calls has just been able to like shore up some of those project management things as admin
mhm.
things that can be tough. So I'm excited to see this roll out. I am an Android user though, so I will be patient as they roll that out. I'm sure soon enough.
Well, that's your fault.
Manually scored deals and companies with Sales Hub. That seems relevant. What is it? You can now manually score deals and companies using the lead scoring app with Sales Hub Professional or Enterprise.
Why does it matter? Effective scoring provides accurate and actionable insights that empower sales reps to identify which deals to prioritize and which companies to prospect first. With manual scoring, you and your sales team can customize the scoring rules that are most impactful for your business, ensuring efforts are always focused on accelerating deal closure. With the lead scoring app, now both Marketing and Sales Hub, your marketing and sales team can seamlessly collaborate and maintain consistent criteria for evaluating contacts, companies, and deals in a unified and single scoring solution. Sales teams are also able to migrate their manual deal scores from the legacy scoring property that is sunsetting August 31st, 2025. So what does it mean in real people talk? Um, Prior to this, the lead scoring app was only available to Marketing Hub. So now Sales Hub has access to it as well, right? I read that right, right?
That's huge, right? That's like
That is
that's like
that's
the sleeper announcement inside of this update, I think.
mhm. Yeah, I actually don't even know if I realized that the first time I read this update last week and posted about it, and I don't think I even I don't think that clicked for me until I just when I was reading it right then, and I was like, "Oh, like, yeah." 'Cause that okay, so there's some complaints that I've heard about hi, my name's Casey, I talk a lot about lead scoring. Um, I've heard a lot of complaints about, um, the sales hub not having access, to the new scoring properties, so seems like they're solving that here. And then the other big complaint I get is deal scoring, and the fact that the new scoring didn't have anywhere to deal score, and so that changes.
Well, this just got exciting.
And,
Make room for that in your scoring mastermind, I think.
yeah, I really wish HubSpot would tell me things. Um, and if you wanna learn more about this, Chris and I will be chatting about it today.
Yes. Man, this is a huge deal. I know how important scoring is to everyone.
What was that, Chris?
I know how important scoring is to everyone else. Uh,
Everyone else.
I was actually it was requested of me today for the first time in a while in a portal that I manage. So clearly, I haven't done my job of educating enough.
Oh,
People are
'cause
asking me
someone
for that.
told you to build a score.
That person clearly doesn't know how I feel about scoring. But no, I think this is huge. And again, like one of the biggest problems with scoring has been the barrier between marketing and sales. And when it's
Mhm,
locked away in Marketing Hub and
mhm,
sales team can't touch it, or
mhm,
you don't even get to like it might not even be in
mhm,
your portal if you don't have a
mhm,
Marketing Hub.
mhm,
It just exacerbates all of the misalignment problems that we've been talking about for a long time. Um, and I think having these three together, like you got to be strategic about which one means, right? And
mhm,
like the days of just like it forces relationship management scoring instead of like, hot lead like scoring,
mhm,
basically.
mhm.
Um, so Riley says his prediction or somebody's prediction last week was spot on. Manual deal scoring. It's here.
But if you wanna hear more about deal scoring, and watch a new series of me convincing Chris into scoring, name pending, you can drop any names. I haven't made the LinkedIn event yet, so you guys can name it if you want. It'll be 12 Eastern, 11 Central today.
There we go. I will hold the rest of my thoughts till then. Except for
Can't
this,
wait.
scoring from like a health of the relationship perspective makes 100% sense, and everybody should be doing it, right? That has not been the way. We hope to help you make it the way, and these tools are actually forcing that upon you, like the way that they're introducing these. So it's good progress for sure. Number 9 today, export tickets in the customer portal. What is it? Visitors in the customer portal will now see an export to CSV button above the ticket listing table. With one click, customers can download the tickets currently shown in the table as a CSV file, making it easier than ever to work with their ticket data.
Why does it matter? Customers want their clients in the portal to have more flexibility to share ticket data and run internal reporting without having to do so manually or request it from their support teams. Now they can export tickets to track trends and create reports at their convenience. You don't like exporting data from HubSpot, right, Chris? Generally?
I am on board with the HubSpot everywhere mentality that they're taking.
Mhm.
I do think if you're exporting data, then, well, but this is different. Like
Mhm.
the external customers are the ones exporting the data from their client facing customer portal. So we want the customers to be able to do that
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
sure.
Mhm.
And again, we've seen updates to the customer portal. This makes a lot of sense. So good to see the progress continuing on that app in HubSpot. Number 10 today, restore property edits for bulk changes. What is it? Restore property edits allows users to revert property changes caused by an action. Historically, users had to export property history and re-import the data when unwanted changes occurred. But now you can filter and revert property edits without ever leaving the UI.
My jaw dropped with this matters because in order to protect customer data, users require the ability to quickly restore property values to a previous state. Mistakes may occur when with import actions, and historically there wasn't a great way to revert these changes. Without a clear history of data modifications, it becomes challenging to locate the exact point of change and revert, leading to prolonged downtime and inefficiencies in data management. Hello, Luna. She is she is my sidekick, and she often gets Asana tasks like, "Hey, I made a big mistake. Can you please clean this data up for me?" So this update is
Well,
gonna
hopefully
be
when that happens, that customer has enterprise level of some sort, because that's where it's available. I
hope
love the
so.
screenshot. Revert all 35,765 import records.
Just send it back. Just send it back.
Please. Thank you. Oh, this is a big deal for sure.
It is a really big deal. I mean, not
Not
for
that I'll
me
ever
because I
need
don't
it,
do it.
but I'm just going to request the beta just in case. One more today.
Whew.
Ending on a high note with restrict access to a single account. What could this mean? What is it? This security feature allows admins to prevent users on their account from being added to additional accounts.
Why does it matter? Most customers utilize one HubSpot account. To prevent unauthorized access, super admins can limit their users from being added to additional HubSpot accounts, assuming they have verified their domain. Feels a little
Hmm.
feels a little spicy, but I don't know why. But I guess we're weird. We're the weird ones, Chris, where we work in multiple accounts.
Yeah, I could piece together why this is like a nice security feature. And I can't imagine it getting in anybody's way. So yeah, makes sense to me. Most users only need access to a single account. So let's secure it up. Well, we got through all 11. Something tells me that there's just going to be
I
like,
feel like there's gonna be like 15 tomorrow.
yeah, there's going to be some more tomorrow. All the ones that have been reviewed and like ready to go, and somebody just needed to push play. I'm sure we'll see them
I
tomorrow.
mean, I feel like George picked a good week to take off.
Yeah, he probably did. So we'll be excited for him to join next week, and certainly the expectation that he has reviewed all of the content
Of course.
On the way there. But remember, folks, you probably already own the solution you're looking for in HubSpot. Sounds like Sales Hub access to scoring now
There
might
he
be that thing.
goes.
Sometimes you just need to wake up to it. Oh, you better believe that's what I'm naming this episode of the podcast. Join us tomorrow morning live at 7:30 a.m. Central, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, or catch us anytime on Spotify and Apple Music. Drop your biggest takeaway in the comments and let us know what capabilities you want to wake up to next. Until then, I'm Chris Carolan.
I'm Casey Hawkins.
And this has been Wake Up Customer Platform. Now go build something amazing. Have a great week, everybody.
Customer platform, it's time to start the day. Discover all the value you already own. Don't let solutions slip away. Wake up, customer platform. The tools are at your hand. No need to sleep on capabilities that can help your business stand. The answer's right before your eyes. You just need to realize. Wake up, customer platform, and watch your business